The streaming space is always evolving. Lots of changes are going on, and it's important to know how those changes could impact you.
In this State of Streaming update, we cover 5 trends that could impact how you watch your favorite shows, and more importantly, how you pay for them.
We'll start with something new, Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video, and we'll discuss how the first regular season game broadcast went on it. Then we'll look at what's going on with a possible standalone ESPN streaming service, followed by an update on the rollout of an HBO Max Discovery Plus combined platform.
We'll finish up with bundling and cross-platform changes streaming apps are engaging in, and aggregators, which are coming as a way to help streamers simplify their viewing experience.
Let's start with football. Amazon launched its exclusive coverage of live Thursday night football games on Prime Video with a Week 2 matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Jeff Bezos was even on hand to celebrate what is an 11-year commitment.
Yeah, and it was significant because it was the first ever NFL game to be exclusively provided through a streaming service. It shows where the future of sports broadcasting is moving. Over the long term, Amazon could make a killing in ad revenue from the games. But the first game, things were a little rocky.
Before the game even began, Amazon was less than clear on how to record the game as well as what could happen if you didn't. As we covered in our video on the matter, you could enable recording of the entire Thursday night football season for free. But if you didn't choose to record the game, it would affect some of the viewing features, particularly the ability to pause, rewind, and fast forward during replay while the game was still in progress.
Yeah, so if you joined the game late, like many viewers told us they did, and didn't already have the series set to record, you'd have limited ability to rewind to earlier points unless you were waiting until the game was over. It was just one example of some technical glitches Amazon needs to work out.
Amazon was so unclear that they had many people scrambling for answers to why they had no record button and other issues. One viewer even told us when they chatted in for customer support that Amazon directed them to our video. And while we're happy that our video is helping people, it shouldn't have been an issue in the first place. And if it's true, it's just another indicator that Amazon has to clean up some things to avoid creating an unsatisfying experience for passionate fans of America's favorite sport.
We watched the game and experienced freezing and buffering about half a dozen times during the game. Unfortunately, several times this happened at key points in the game and we missed scores, turnovers, or big plays.
Generally, the streaming quality was good, but we did experience occasions of pixelation, and we have a robust high-speed internet plan. A scan on Twitter reveals mixed experience to the quality of the game. For some, the quality was amazing and crystal clear. For others, it was more like our experience, less than perfect and at times really frustrating.
To say the least, Amazon has some kinks to work out. Let's hope they do so soon because they are angling to get other football broadcasts, including Sunday Ticket and college football games. At time of filming, they had only streamed one regular season game, so there were bound to be some issues. But we expect them to clean things up as the season goes on, including correcting the announcers' volume as crowd noise drowned them out at times. Now let's move on to our next trend, which keeps us in the sporting world, ESPN as a standalone service. Last year, Front Office Sports reported that Disney was exploring introducing ESPN channels as a standalone streaming option.
Last month, activist investor Dan Loeb urged Disney to pull the trigger on a standalone streaming ESPN option that would move its linear offering into the streaming space. The Disney board rebuffed, and now Loeb has backed off. While there has been much back and forth recently, it now looks like Disney will not be actively pursuing spinning off ESPN. That's good news for cable companies who count on it as a linchpin of keeping people subscribed to their plans. A Beta Research Corporation report found that 78% of adults rate ESPN as a must-have channel to justify a subscription. Of course, that could change down the road, so it's something we will keep watching.
Our third trend in our State of Streaming report concerns HBO Max and Discovery Plus. We've known for some time that a combined platform from the now merged companies is coming, with all signs pointing to the summer of 2023.
And we've talked before about the difficulties in combining the two, since their subscriber bases are very different. There's just very little overlap between the two. HBO Max skews male and has higher churn. Discovery Plus skews female and has lower churn. And while both have ad-free and ad-supported options, HBO Max is priced at the higher end of the spectrum, and Discovery Plus is at the lower end. Of the 92 million subscribers, only 4 million use both services. It's going to be challenging to offer a look, feel, and price that everyone will be happy with, which could explain why the companies have been merged since April and won't have a combined platform for quite some time.
Yeah, but at a recent Goldman Sachs tech conference, Wiedenfels provided a little more detail. While we already know Wiedenfels is looking to increase prices for the combined platform, he confirmed that it will have ad and ad-free options. He said, quote, "We like the segmenting of a higher-priced ad-free offering and a discounted ad-light offering with lower ad loads than in the linear space," end quote.
He also mentioned that the service could be considering some free ad-supported channels in the new platform. Since the Warner Brothers library includes everything from Looney Tunes and DC Comics to classic HBO series, this could be a compelling option for streamers trying to keep costs down.
And Wiedenfels even mentioned the possibility of expanding into sports. Warner Brothers Discovery owns TNT and TBS, so there could be some NBA, MLB, and NHL content for it to put on the combined platform. We will just have to wait and see what it comes out of the gate with and hope they're able to strike a balance that doesn't disappoint everyone.
Yeah, and that their CEO, David Zaslav, doesn't kill off every series people love. In an effort to cut costs and rein in spending, he has been canceling original HBO Max series, even ones that were completely finished. It has people, including us who subscribe to both platforms, wondering if a cost-driven approach will result in content that is overall just not worth paying for. Now, let's move on to a fourth trend, which is about potential new bundles. Disney CEO Bob Chapek hinted at a possible combination of Hulu and Disney+. He told Variety a hard bundle option for the services, saying, quote, "The hard bundle is when things become seamless and without friction. Right now, if you want to go from Hulu to ESPN Plus to Disney Plus, you have to go out of one app to another app. In the future, we may have less friction," end quote. And then he grinned.
If Disney wants to combine Disney Plus and Hulu the way Discovery Plus and HBO Max are combining, it will need to buy the rest of Comcast's rights to Hulu. When Disney purchased Fox in 2019, it gained 2/3 control of Hulu, and Comcast and Disney agreed that Disney could buy out the remaining third in 5 years.
So that is set to happen in 2024, but Disney would like to move sooner. However, thus far, Comcast has not shown that it also wants the sale to happen before 2024. So the timetable would have to speed up to see that potential combining happen in the next year, but it is possible.
And reports are out that Paramount, who has been considering moving all of its Showtime content to Paramount Plus, will continue to keep them available as separate apps, at least for the time being. It also doesn't plan to take Showtime off of cable packages. Paramount exec Bob Bakish has said people will continue to be able to bundle both apps and watch Showtime content via a dedicated hub inside the Paramount Plus app.
The question is really, if it does happen, what will the price of Paramount Plus go up to? Showtime costs $10.99 a month at time of filming. Paramount Plus plans start at $4.99 per month for Essential and $9.99 per month for Premium. And you can bundle the services together for $8 or $13 a month, again, at time of filming. Will a hard bundle of the two raise the price to $14 or $15 a month or more? Will there remain options for a lower and higher tier plan? These are things we will have to keep watching to see how it plays out. But overall, the move toward hard bundling takes streaming more toward the place they initially sought to break away from, cable. While this could be bad from a pricing perspective, it could offer streamers something they want, simplicity.
Yeah, and that dovetails nicely with our last trend for this streaming update, aggregators. Services like Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV are aggregators. They provide a single interface for accessing all of the apps you subscribe to. And news is out that YouTube has been working on one for the past 18 months or so. Aggregators make things easier for streamers who have on average 5 or more subscriptions to different streaming services.
Launching a channel store helps YouTube compete with Amazon, Apple, and Roku and offer its own streaming hub. Instead of focusing on original content, YouTube can become more sticky with a content hub that gives customers one place to access all of their streaming services, and potentially without a device, if it can create the hub within its existing YouTube app. We like the idea of more convenience for streamers, but we're concerned that overall the streaming industry seems to really be going the way of cable as it matures. And in addition to higher prices, quality of content could suffer as well.
Yeah, as we shared earlier, it is more important now to prioritize your must-have apps and find the cheapest way to get them. Since there are still no contracts and you can cancel whenever you want with streaming services, make sure you're doing that. One great way to keep your costs in check is to use free streaming platforms like Pluto and Tubi, and sign up for a service to binge what you want, then cancel it when you've watched your shows.
If you leave your subscriptions on mindless repeat, you'll end up canceling all the savings you snagged by ditching cable.
Well, that does it for this update. What trend concerns you most? Would you use a YouTube content hub or channel store? What do you think the price of the new HBO Max Discovery Plus bundle will be when it finally launches? Will you subscribe to it?
Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can get all our latest news and reviews when they drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.